Right now, somewhere in the world, a cargo ship is carrying enough grain to feed millions of people. But it's not crossing a wide, open ocean. It's squeezing through a narrow passage, a choke point. And if something goes wrong here, entire countries could feel it within days. Because the global food system doesn't just depend on farms. It depends on geography. We tend to think of food as local. But globally, it's anything but. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, about 80% of global trade by volume moves by sea. That includes massive quantities of wheat, corn, rice, and fertilizers. And many countries are deeply dependent on imports. For example, nations across North Africa and the Middle East import over 50% of their food calories. That means their food supply depends on ships. And those ships depend on a few narrow routes. The Strait of Malacca is one of the busiest shipping lanes on Earth. At its narrowest point, it's just 2.8 kilometers wide. Yet according to the World Bank, it carries around 1/4 of global traded goods. Food shipments moving through here help feed China, India, and Indonesia. Together, that's over 3 billion people. If the strait were blocked, ships would need to reroute thousands of kilometers around Indonesia, adding time, fuel costs, and delays. Even small disruptions here can ripple across global food markets. The Suez Canal connects Europe directly to Asia. About 12% of global trade passes through it, according to the Suez Canal Authority. And it's especially critical for food. Grain exports from the Black Sea region, like wheat from Ukraine, often pass through Suez on their way to North Africa and the Middle East. In 2021, a single event showed just how fragile this system is. The Ever Given ran aground. For 6 days, over 400 ships were stuck. Nearly $9 to $10 billion in trade per day was delayed, Lloyd's list estimates. That included food shipments. And when supply is delayed, prices rise. Especially in regions already dependent on imports. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It's critical for transporting agricultural goods like U.S. corn, soybeans, and wheat. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, a significant share of U.S. grain exports relies on this route. But the canal has a major weakness: water levels. The system depends on freshwater lakes, and during droughts, capacity drops. In 2023 and 2024, low rainfall forced authorities to limit the number of ships passing through daily. Fewer ships means reduced exports, delayed deliveries, and higher global prices. Here's the uncomfortable reality: the global food system is built on efficiency, not resilience. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, international food trade has more than tripled since the 1990s. More countries now rely on imports than ever before. That means, if one choke point slows down, prices increase. If 2 choke points fail, supply chains strain. If 3 are disrupted, global food security is at risk. This isn't hypothetical. Food price spikes have already been linked to political instability, protests, and even conflict.